Hi, girlies. Welcome to Book Please Podcast. It's Alina here.
Hey guys, it's Amanda.
I just want to say thank you for being a versatile queen, as always.
In what way?
You know, moving our studio recording so that I can take my dog to pictures with Santa.
Always. And honestly, I'd rather do it earlier because then I'm like, I don't know. When I do things at night, I just feel like I'm pressed for time and then my night's done and then I have to just go home and sleep.
No, I hear that. I hear that. It's so nice to be like, oh my gosh, it's 5 o'clock. What am I going to do with my life? But then, you know what happens? Then it's 5 minutes later, it's 10 o'clock and you're like, oh my gosh, I got to get in bed. I don't know about you, but like,
I'm like, why aren't you in bed by 9?
I literally will, and I start my workday at 6 a.m. and I will literally not ever be asleep before midnight. Like, it will not happen. If I am asleep by midnight, I'm like, wow, I got 6 full hours. It's just, it's a horrible thing.
If I don't get at least 8 or 9, I'm cranky. I'm like, don't talk to
me. That is so, and you know what? I'm getting attacked too because I was just on social media, like doing a little scroll before we started. And there was something that said like, signs of like ways to prevent dementia, and like one of them was like getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep, and I was like, well, I'm screwed.
I already feel like I'm losing my mind.
I was like, oh my gosh. Well, the other two were good. They were exercise, and then the third one was meditating daily. So we can do that.
It's funny because I was talking to my cousin today and he's like, you know, because I have really bad anxiety. And he's like, you should meditate. And I'm like, I had a therapist once that was trying to get me into meditating and breathing. And I was like, lady, if you don't this isn't work. Like,
that's
I
really
feel like
funny.
She's like, okay, close your eyes. She's playing this music. And I'm like, I can't do this.
That is really well. It's weird if you're in the room with her. That's
no, it
weird.
was virtual. She was on the computer.
But that's still weird. That's still fucking weird. Like, I have done it, but in my own space. Like, I'll like turn off the lights, but like have the window open, like the blinds and stuff open, light a candle, and I play like my little frequencies that are supposed to be like affirmations and stuff like that. And then you like really empty your mind. I've done that. But I don't think I could ever do it.
All right,
like,
let's just say I didn't
with
call
an
her
audience.
again. I didn't book another appointment. And I was just like, I feel bad. Like, I was like, I'm happy if this works with people, but I'm like, lady, I want to cry. I want to tell you, I don't want to meditate.
Okay, so
like, even when I go to yoga, and you know, at the last few minutes, they like, I'm taking a nap. I'm like exhausted from this workout.
You know, that is so funny that you say that because I was talking to my boyfriend about it because I've dragged him to some yoga classes and he does enjoy it. But he's like, do you know that I took yoga in college? And he says he always like will mention the Shavasana, which is the end of the class when you're just laying there still, affirming, talking to the universe. And I really am, by the way. When we're doing that, I'm doing all the things. And he's like, yeah, I used to take it and just lay in Shavasana so I could nap the whole class. I'm like, you literally would. Like,
smart.
I cannot.
It's okay. I took bowling in college as
That
like
is
a class.
funny. Yeah.
And they test you on like the math part, like adding the score. And I'm like, okay, 10 points is and I was like, this is not what I thought it would be.
Wait, that is really funny. So how did you participate? Did you guys have to bowl every class? Do you have
we bowled 2 games per class. And then at the end, we'd have a quiz with like the scoring.
That's actually really ridiculous. That's funny though. That's a really cool class. So we've gone bowling together?
Yes, we? Yes, the one in Dania.
So, oh yeah. Did I beat you?
I don't remember. I do remember playing really well, but I also like.
I didn't know you were semi-pro.
No, not at all. Not at all. I just like going like God. But, you know, I had long nails at the time, so I like can't put my nails in. So I'm like,
I have really poor bowling form. Like the actual form, I don't know how to do it, but I have my own way of doing it, and it's successful.
Oh, maybe
so I'll always just say like, hey, you know, don't judge what it looks like, but it works. And it does. I remember when I not first met, but one of the big trips home to Trey's like extended family, we all went bowling, like cousins, uncles, aunts. I beat every single person in his family.
You would not be allowed to come hang anymore for bowling.
I'm super competitive with it. And then I say this and then I'll like not even get 100. Like it's just, I'm just competitive. I will talk out of my ass and then be absolutely horrible and like lose. But I love to pretend like I'm so good at it and I'll like overhype it for a long time.
That's me with Connect 4. I tell everyone I'm good and then someone beats me and I'm like, It was dark. I couldn't see.
Yes, that is really funny. There's nothing like the pride after you but it's fun to build it up even if you know you're not good. Like it's just funny. I remember when we started dating, that was the thing. I was like, that's the one thing. Like you got sports, that's fine. I will out bowl you. And one day randomly he just pulled into an alley and he's like, let's go. And I was like, no way. I did win one of the
I was gonna say, did you win? Games. Do you have to
we played like out of 3 and he won 2.
I think it's nice when like couples, not couples, but like I cannot play someone that's not competitive, doesn't care, because then it's like I have no motivation to play you if you're not even gonna try.
Yes. Ugh. And so what do you think about like a guy letting you win?
I don't like that.
Yeah.
But then I also see you as a little bitch if I win.
If you like it too much, like I'll get like if you see that I'm really getting frustrated the whole night, just fucking give me something.
Yes,
you know?
But don't tell me. I need to know that I tried.
Sometimes like Trey will just baby me. Like he'll be like, it's okay. Like you got like I'm fucking pissed off right now. Let me breathe for 1 second.
Let's remind people about your pickleball.
What
poor
about
little leg that you hurt?
Oh yeah, I hurt myself. I got a pickleball injury.
He probably picked you up.
No, but he was great.
You.
Yeah, no, he was great when I got hurt during pickleball. But he also said, like, because we continue to play.
What?
No, not then. Okay, like I got injured.
He's like, get up, go.
I healed. No, he would not let me near it. I healed, and it's been like a year since that incident. But he recently even said something to me. He's like, if you get hurt again, you're never allowed to play again. And I was like, are you kidding me?
I
was like, first of all, what a thing to just say and wish upon me. I expel this negative energy. Like
I kind of get
I
that,
will
though.
play.
Because say we just started and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry you hurt yourself. But like now we can't play no more.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm selfish that way.
It's okay. It's fine. It's funny.
It's okay. You can be a little cheerleader and then we'll take you to
the sometimes what I do is because he's like obsessive. I've gotten decent at pickleball, but like sometimes I want to be there for like 5 hours. So I'll just go to there's like courts and a dog park. So sometimes I'll just bring my dog and do like the cheering thing and then go to the dog park, you know? Just
nope. After like 2 games, I'm like, it's hot.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It is in Florida. It's really insane to be outside in like 100+ degrees, like and humidity and everything.
Have you been recently? Like I went over the weekend and it's kind of windy. So, which I think is like BS because the person I was playing with was like, the wind is taking the ball. And I'm like, no, you just suck.
That is really funny. They all say it and the wind does take the ball. It's really funny because that is a thing that we all kind of say. But I have noticed it. Like if I just tap it and then it just goes flying to the side, I'm like, the wind. Like, but people do say it. Like even Trey who's amazing at it. Like one time, like he'll just be like, oh my God, it was the wind. Like, and it's just like, sometimes it's really not, honey. Like you just got to sit back and you miss that
when
one.
When you say like 3 times in a row that it's the wind, I'm like,
or my favorite is when people are like, let's switch sides after this game because this side
is not. Oh yeah, this is the bad luck
side. Like the wind, the sun, whatever on that side. And then they're like, you'll see. And then you still win on that side. Yeah.
Nothing is better than going to play pickleball and the court next to you has like banger music on.
Yes.
That happened to us. And I was like, I just want to stay in vibe.
Yes, the vibes. I know. There are some good ones and like some cool, like everyone at pickleball is such a time. Like everyone is like, there's a lot of people our age that are really fun and cool. But also what I've learned about pickleball is you cannot judge at anybody on the pickleball court. And I mean this with the most sincerest, genuine, like well wishes. Like there are people you will see that just look completely out of shape or so old, like not in a mean way, just like, you know, in an amazing way. Like you are in your 70s and you're whooping my ass. Or like someone who's like a heavy set person and is just absolute, like you cannot judge anybody on the pickleball court.
I can't judge them, period, because I suck.
8-year-olds whooping ass. Like I'm like, oh my God.
And you know what I hate? I hate the tennis players that are like, oh, only people that play pickleball can't play tennis. You know, tennis is so much more harder.
Oh my gosh.
Blah, blah, blah.
Please.
Pickleball's not even real. It's such a joke. Like, shut up.
Oh my God. Good night. Goodbye. Bitter.
So shut up. I was at Victoria Park and I was looking for the pickleball and I couldn't find it. So I went to the tennis area and I was like, do you guys know where pickleball is? Guy went in on me like, play a real sport. Why don't you play tennis?
Are you kidding me? Just give me directions.
I'm like, exactly. I'm like, dude, first off, I have pickleball racket on me. I don't have a tennis, and like, I just want directions.
That is wow.
And at the end of like getting at me, he didn't know where it was.
That
was
is
like,
some
right.
negative energy, queen. Wow. Hater.
I was like, definitely don't want to be playing tennis with this
yeah,
person.
no. Goodbye. Thank God you're not on the pickleball court because you would lose. I'm just kidding. Okay. Do you know? Oh my God. Let's talk about what I saw when I was scrolling my phone. Megan Fox dropped a pregnancy announcement with MGK.
I saw it. Of course, it's like all over social media. Looks beautiful, glowing, happy for them.
Can I just say, how fucking hot is this bitch? No matter what. She had to do that shit like dripping in black. First of all, that's so them. There is no more appropriate announcement.
Yeah.
But she looked, I was like, this hoe is so hot no matter what she does. And like the black drippage, I was like, insane.
I like the choice of color with black instead of a different color.
I'm glid she didn't do red.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It would look
like blood. Because they are weird like that.
They are weird.
They did like a blood. Like I think they like drank or swapped blood or did something with their little Sarah rituals.
They're perfect for each
witchy.
Other. They're both weirdo people, but
the thing too is she captioned the photo. Let me pull it up so I get the exact wording.
And it's the only post on her page, by the way.
Oh, yes. She deleted everything. You're right. So she wrote, "Nothing is ever really lost. Welcome back." So that is a nod to her miscarriage a year ago. So this is now their rainbow baby. And that's such a beautiful thing to say because they do say sometimes it's not the right time in your life and like that soul will come back to you. So I love how she said, "Welcome back." And she like how she said, "Nothing's ever truly lost." Like it was so perfect because it's like the photo is so them, the message was so beautiful and deep and so them, and then she also on the post added music, which you can do at the top on Instagram, and she added MGK's song Last November, which is about their miscarriage.
Aww.
So that was exactly a year ago. Last November was the song about the miscarriage. It's called Last November. And then now we're in November and they're dropping their announcement. That's so beautiful.
Not that it matters. Are they married?
Not yet. They're engaged.
Okay.
They did have a time where they broke up. And apparently she like also referenced that as a point of like their separation. Like it was really hard to come back after that. And there were some like I know there was like a breakup. There was a time where there was a split, but now they're like happy, pregnant, like God bless them. The way that she said it was just so full picture, and I'm so happy for that.
I can't wait to know this baby's name. It's gonna be weird.
I know it. I was looking too at like I think her other babies are like Journey and Bowden or Bodie or something.
Yeah, but I feel like the dad had a lot to do with that.
But this one's going to be, this is like, and it's so crazy because it's like that wave of those people that like go on to date like rock stars after having, because she has like 3 kids with her ex-husband, Brian Austin Green. So this is feeling very Kourtney Kardashian with me now that she's with like Travis Barker and now their baby is Rocky 13.
Yeah,
and I'm like, yep.
An interesting name.
It's gonna be so.
It's gonna be a unique little thing.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like I don't know what direction they're gonna go in. I'm wondering if it's gonna be like witchy and soulful or like rocker kid.
I don't want to tell you what I'm thinking.
What are you
thinking? Like vampire-ish or like
Fang.
I'm thinking way more morbid.
Oh my gosh. You're like,
watch his name be like James.
I'm dead.
After all that.
That's so funny. Well, we definitely wish them well.
Yes.
On the other end of the spectrum, we have some not so happy couple news. So podcaster known as Brianna Chickenfry, aka Brie LaPaglia, which I think is such a beautiful name. Let's not call her Brie Chickenfry, as she's known, has been dating country star Zach Bryan. He's a big name in country music. They've been together for a while. There's been some like back and forth rumors, and they broke up. This was a very toxic relationship, we've come to learn. But the crazy thing is their relationship has been thrust in the spotlight because shortly after their breakup, Zach Bryan offered Brie $12 million, an apartment, and a car to like sign an NDA to never speak on their relationship. And she's a podcaster. She's with Barstool, by the way, under Dave Portnoy. $12 million.
I have a lot of thoughts. It's because if you're going to offer someone money not to say anything about a relationship, what the hell happened in that relationship?
That is exactly on the nose. Like, that's what I was thinking. They did release a big kind of episode, like where she just got to speak her piece, but she also wasn't sharing like a lot of his private secrets or anything like that. It wasn't like a hateful thing. It was more like her experience. And she's kind of started the episode by saying like, this is for women. You know, I want to be the voice for women who have been emotionally abused. And she went into a lot of detail. And there are just so many things that she put up with. And there were points where she even said like, he made me hate everything I loved. And that really struck me when she said that. Basically, she's been, you know, podcasting and trying to make her own successes. And yes, he is like doing it big. He's a very big country star. So he tried to like, even when her contract ended, he hated any of her successes, anything that she did that was like good for her or a step in the right direction. He had to shoot it down. When her contract was up with Barstool, he offered her money, doubled the money of her next contract so she could decline it and not do it. That is her career. That is her passion. This is her life. This is who she is. And you're like, I'll double that if you don't do it. Pig.
I'm not surprised. He seems very misogynistic, very controlling, I don't know how she put up with it for so long.
So many things have come out. I mean, the Golden Globes clip that I sent you. I mean, I watched the whole episode where she was talking about it. It was really insane to watch, but she's very strong. She said that like even, you know, she got an opportunity to go to the Golden Globes and she wore this beautiful dress and it wasn't skimpy and it wasn't anything like you would think. Maybe you see some cleavage, but sexy, classy. She looked absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. And he's sitting there and he's like ripping her a new one in private, like spamming her. She's at the Golden Globes. Let her have her night that she deserves and earned herself. And he's like, that you can't post those pictures. You can't wear that. I'm so mad. He's like, stop talking to her, unfollows her, which is very public. People noticed, unfollows her podcast network, unfollowed Barstool and all of them. And then she's like, this is how manipulative he is. He unfollowed us all. He said all this shit. He's attacking me. He ruined my whole night. But then posts a picture of me in the dress and says that I look beautiful on his story.
Honestly, that
how abusive and sick.
This is my issue. He's such a big name. You know, he's known in this country music world, whatever. And he doesn't realize he's dating someone that she's very comfortable in her skin. She has her own platform. She doesn't need a man. Like she's going to wear what she wants to wear. She's going to do, she's going to say, you know, it's not that she's disrespecting you. She's just very, you know, she's not like these. If you want someone that's just going to stay home, not talk, yes, whatever. That's not her.
Yeah.
And you're not going to make her that way.
She talks about how she had to grow that strength too, because she said a lot of the red flags in my relationship were me realizing that like everything that I did so small, like nothing, like what am I wearing? Where am I going? Or if I say I'm going to this dinner or with this person, she's like, everything I did, I started to think like it's like I'm programmed to be like, will he be mad at me? They went on a 2-week tour. She spent how much of her time touring the country with him, being by his side on his stadium tours. She gets her first little mini podcast tour for 2 weeks that he was supposed to go to. And he backs out at the last minute. And he was like, I just need to be home. I'm tired. I'm this, I'm that. All his excuses. Then he ends up going to New York, doing a pop-up surprise show, staying out at all hours, not answering her. Like all of it is insane. And it really I mean, if you've ever gone through something and you need that push and you need to see somebody on the other side, like this episode was everything. She talks about too, and like to your point, that's a lot of money. Obviously, there's a lot that he wants her to keep quiet about.
And he knows is wrong. He knows he's in the wrong. He knows it's not typical. He knows people will look at him in a different light.
It's criminal. A lot of this is like criminal. She said she was detailing this time where like he completely ruined her birthday. And it's sad because you see so many things that she goes out of her way to like just like completely ruin whatever plans she had or what she was doing to just stop it. Like he rented this beautiful house for her and her friends, and he was there like for her birthday, and it was going to be her birthday at midnight, and he starts to get nasty. So she's like, oh, I'm tired, I'm going to go to bed early. And everyone's like, it's like 11:30, like it's almost your birthday, whatever. And she's like, oh, I'm tired. She's like, I went up there like 10 minutes before because I just wanted to like it not to be my birthday and have like all like anything could go wrong. She woke up like a couple hours later in the middle of the night to him going batshit, absolutely screaming, going off on her friends, telling them they'll never amount to nothing. This is what he always hung, like it was this power thing. Like, I'm this person, you'll never be this person, going off on her friends. And they started videotaping it. So they all have that. And he knows they have incidences to save her. And she has recordings of things that like could ruin him. And you know what he started doing after that point? He would use that against me for the next year. He would come in. I'd be just doing my makeup in the bathroom, in my room. And he'd come in and start recording me. Hey, do you like me recording you in random moments? Like your friends were recording me? Hey, this, hey, that. And would just record her.
Jesus. I
Like
must say, though, like it kind of shows she's human. I mean, I feel like I've been through relationships like that. A lot of women have been through relationships like that. And it's when you're in it, it's hard to get out of it. You have to really like put your foot down and do it for you.
Yeah.
Your friends, family, they see it. They try and help you. They try and warn you. But until you make that first step, and the way things ended between them and him, like, letting the world know and not giving her the chance to, cope with it on her own. I feel like that too was like a blessing in disguise because it just shows how much more of a monster he is. And yes, she had to deal with it very publicly and hard, but it made her stronger.
Yeah. I mean, he went on a dating app the minute he broke up with her through text, went on a dating app immediately within that minute. Then she asked for a week to just process before like they announce anything because she needed to like be with family and like take her time and be okay with like everybody talking about her relationship. And he literally storied that next morning and her like she didn't even get a chance to tell even her mom, she said. No one in her life. Like he just
deleting all your music. I liked you and now I'm like boycotting you.
I know. And there's a lot
other Zachs out there.
She's come out and said too, like that song Pink Skies that everybody loves. He hated her best friend Grace, was an asshole. And Grace's like grandma died or whatever. And she was begging him to go to the funeral and he wouldn't go, and then sat and wrote that song. Like it was a nice thing to do or something. Like it's all manipulation and this weird like back and forth BS. It's really sad. But the reason why we're even talking about this, the reason why this has become such a topic of conversation, he offered her $12 million, an apartment, a car, and she said no. She said no, and she doesn't have that kind of money. And she said, my family has never seen this kind of money. My family wanted me to take it. She did not take the decision lightly. She went back and forth for a while, but she's like, why would I give him any ounce of power? Now he wants to take my voice. Now she's like, I'll be sitting in my house that he provided for me with his money and I won't be able to sleep at night. So why would I want to take that? Like I can't speak on my experiences. I can't be myself and he will have that power over me. And I am done being manipulated by him. Like he thinks money can just shut anybody up and do whatever. She's like, I'm not taking it.
Even if she took it, I think women I would stay away from this man. I'd be like,
yeah.
sus.
What would you do?
It's hard because she does have her own platform. She has her own life. She's not just some like person that like has an average. She's not an average person. I personally would not because I have a platform. I'm on a podcast. I will air your shit out.
Yeah.
But yeah, and at the end of the day, money's just money, in her experience to help other people.
The other thing, no, it's true. And look at how she's already turned this into something positive. Also, she works under Dave Portnoy, who is amazing. He takes care of his people. Yep. I know that she's going to get this back twofold. Her episode talking about this already got over 3 million views. Like, you saw how many ads are on that episode. Like, they're probably going to give it all to her. Like, they will make sure she's taken care of. He was so proud of her. Even he was like, I can't tell you not to take this. She should have been like
12 million. Can anyone top that? And I'll tell you everything.
I've even heard that, like, he said he would give it to her. Like, she, afterwards, like, she, made this beautiful decision. But she has said it. Like, it's life-changing money. And yes, they pay her well, but they don't pay her, like, anything like that. But I think that she will come back. She will do it for herself. The other piece of this was, like, we learned learned that they wanted to pay her over the 3 years. So she said they would be monitoring her every move, every post, every episode. Like they had lawyers like watching her shit. I'm like, they will find, I bet you it'll be such a manipulation that they'll be like, they won't even give her the full money. Like she's going to be at their mercy and they're going to be able to dictate every way she speaks, look into the things that she says as subliminal messaging. Like, no, cut that fucking cord. I'm so proud of her. Do you know how old she is? I was shocked.
26.
She's 25.
Oh,
yeah, you did great. You did great. I was like, oh my God. I was so, and still like, Jesus, like the strength that she has, the maturity at her age.
She'll be okay.
She took also full accountability. Like she even said, like a lot of the things are her fault. And she's like, I don't have an answer as to why I stayed.
Put up with it. Yeah,
she was like, I shouldn't have stayed. I cannot tell you why. Like she was emotionally abused. And I think like that you just sometimes have to just forgive yourself, learn and move on because we have all been there.
Yeah. And I also think he didn't deserve silence. Like it's one thing if like, I'm not saying people are perfect. Like I know some men are raised a certain way and that's just the way they're brought up. The way he went about it, the way he posted about, like he didn't respect anything she wanted. At all. Yeah. Where I would have been like that you already said fuck you to me. Yeah. So fuck you, fuck your money.
Yes.
And so that's like another thing. Like if it was like something where like they just didn't work out and he messed up a few times and doesn't want it out there, one thing. Yeah. But he deserves to be aired out.
100%. I'm so happy that, and she said she wants to be a voice for, because apparently he's had others sign NDAs. She's like, I will be a voice for them.
The first. Yep.
And I'm like, just so, even the way he posted the story about the breakup, and she's like, the kicker to me that I found so funny was like afterwards, he just posted a photo of his truck, like nothing. Like she's like, fuck this guy. I will not give him any ounce of power over me left. I cannot wait to watch her thrive and like come back with the money twofold.
And I hope he learned from this. I hope he learns to treat women better. You know, sometimes they need this rude awakening, and he may not change.
Apparently, he's paid off some people before, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy she put a stop to that.
Yes. I wish her absolutely the best, and I wish him exactly what he deserves.
Who do we ship her with?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
I'm kidding. I can't think of anyone right now.
I can't think of anyone either, but I hope it's like a nice, like, sweet actor.
Okay, what about, don't at me for this.
OMG.
Kristen Cavallari's ex-boyfriend?
Mark Estes.
They're cute,
I actually
right?
think they're really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
But I heard him and Kristen are like chilling again.
I heard that too.
Well, if you ever become single, girl, hop on that.
I know. You have a world ahead of you. You're 25 years old. Enjoy
Focus
your
on your
friends,
career,
your life.
Yeah.
Now that you just got back all of that, because he made her feel, he ripped on everyone in her life, from her bosses, her coworkers, to her friends, her family. This is what these manipulators do. They try and isolate you from these people. And so now go be covered in love and everybody around
She's
you.
She's making me feel empowered.
Yeah, like,
let's travel the world.
I'm going to go turn down $12 million tomorrow too.
Why can't, I said this the other day. I was like, why can't someone's mother like pay me money to stay away from their son?
I'm fucking dead. I'm absolutely dead. That's really funny. Like,
you keep your son. Just give me money.
I'm just dead.
Half kidding.
Incredible.
Guys,
half kidding. Half not hit up. Amanda, pay her up.
Oh,
so funny. Okay, for our book community, we just need to issue another PSA in case you weren't listening. I know what none of our listeners actually.
I just want to know who Enzo is.
Okay. That. Okay.
Oh, you weren't talking about that?
That's not what I was talking about, but we do need to address this. Okay. Housemaid movie directors, casters, listen up.
Let's get to it.
We already have our Nina, our Millie, our Andrew. Why are we taking so long?
You know who's going to come out next? The daughter's going to come out next.
Oh my God! Yeah, I swear to God,
that's who's going to be next.
No, we need our Enzo. The only reason you can be taking so long is if you're like finding the most perfect Italian man to fill this role.
Maybe they're trying to get our guy off the other film. Like, let's take him.
I feel like that's really funny. No more book to film actors in this one. Like, we already have one. I think like they started off strong with Amanda Seyfried and Sydney Sweeney, and then they threw us a big curveball with Brandon Sklenar, and now you need to come back with an Enzo.
Yes.
So we're going to give you 3 options, okay? I'm going to give you, listen,
Austin. That's our top one.
Austin, our social guy, put your hand out. Go ahead. Put him. Austin, put this man's head on her hands. We need Joe Manganiello or Michelle Marone. Top 2 choices.
Yes, can you guys? That's who I'm saying. They need to go pay him to get out of the other film and come to ours.
Yes. So Joe Manganiello, put your hand out. And Michelle Marone. Right there, Austin. Put him there. And then if you need somebody, we can do, I'll give you a hand. Yanni Gelman.
Yes.
Put Yanni here as like a backup choice. He was our Paolo and Lizzie McGuire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that reach if you gotta go.
We gotta bring him back.
But if somebody else has a third, that they have a better choice. But we've given you 2 strong options.
Yes.
So let us know. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I'm scared though. Okay.
Now for her book club girlies. If you are joining these book groups,
oh yeah,
if you are joining especially the ones that are the fantasy book groups, because they are unhinged, do you not know? Once again, we will say it. Your comments are public. Your mom and dad, your kids, your nieces, your cousins, your sisters, your brothers can see everything that you comment. Stop commenting on there for all your weird ass shit. It just reminded me because this one girl in a group that I'm in was like, guys, I just realized, and she posted this anonymously, I just realized that all my posts are public. And now, bitch, she's like, my whole family follows me on this app. That's one post you shouldn't have done anonymous. All the others could have been anonymous because you need to excuse yourself because these people are like, I need like, and what was that one picture?
With the beast and the person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it said, I'm
bestiality.
Like, it was literally like bestiality, like weird fetish shit. And they're like, I need a book that's going to give this, like no judging. And these people are putting out their nasty ass fantasies.
And then I click on the person. It's like her family. Yeah. I mean, she gives off the vibe that she would like that.
She put like a man that looks literally like Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Like a creature.
And a woman on top of him.
A creature and a woman like going at it. And she's like, this is the kind of vibe I'm looking for in a book. Any recommendations? People talk about these things like on a random Tuesday and they'll just post it. Like it's the things I have seen on these book
and
groups,
I go stalking. If their face is on it, I'm like, I'm clicking, I'm looking. Oh, your pictures of a baby in the background.
Unhinged. At least go anonymous.
Yeah.
That is so crazy to me. Even ones that are like less intense that I see, and they'll be like, I saw one the other day and it was like, don't judge me, but like, I need books about like student and teacher affairs. And I'm like, you really wild.
And then I click her page. She's a teacher.
She's a fucking teacher.
And listen, we're not judging. I think each people have their own little whatever. But don't be anonymous. Be anonymous.
Please be anonymous.
We're just saying like.
And also, I am leaving some of these groups because I am not in the company I like to keep.
Girl,
I just wanted to know some book.
Screenshot. You were in the group chats.
Yeah, we do send them back and forth, and that is funny entertainment, but it just makes me feel like, wow, like at least we're normal. I mean, I cannot.
I'm here like in serial killer books and people are talking
what
about.
happened to like normal fetishes, like people liking toes? Like what is going on with this whole other world that we have no idea what's going on?
And don't get me wrong, I love like the fantasy books of like a vampire and like a wolf and
like
those are
Twilight.
Cute. Yeah, I don't mind
that's
those.
Cute.
Yeah.
No, these are rancid requests that these people
I don't need like
posting.
A beast and like a
for you to provide like illustrations of what you're looking for in a book. Like that's not what we're there for. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? That's not what we're there for.
How about you go write a book? Go write that book.
You go write that book and let us know how it goes.
Bet you use a pen name. You won't be using your real name.
For real. Go anonymous, people. Get it together. Okay, let's dive into our book.
Okay.
We started One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. We read through chapter 6 this week. Initial thoughts.
Okay, so I already told you how I felt a little, but I'll say it again.
Say it for the people.
Like, okay, Emma, she's younger. She meets a guy that she friend zones, which is Sam, and then she meets Jesse, who's like the hot athlete guy that everyone likes, and she wants him, and ends up getting him, whatever. So I'm like, oh. Like I'm like this girl gets 2 great men so early in life.
I'm done.
And I know in the end she marries one and gets engaged to the other.
Yes.
But I'm like, damn, she got 2 options.
I'm dead.
But it's cute. And I feel like it's kind of one of those things where like you see it in movies, it's been done where like the person that's so in love with his best friend and then like in the future they work out. 13 going on 30. That's an example of it. Yeah. But then I also like that the husband goes missing. I'm like, Castaway.
Yes.
This is like some
No, it's a really good storyline. Like I'm very intrigued. I know we're gonna be kind of torn. I like that there's this setup like it's an Edward versus Edward versus, I'm thinking
Jacob?
Taylor Lautner. Yes.
Oh.
I'm like, Taylor Lautner, Edward versus Jacob situation, like where, it's a great setup. I feel like we're going to be passionate about like who we would want or maybe torn.
I'm already like, bitch, your poor husband is missing. He's telling you he's coming. This man's trying to get back to you, and you're
But
here
how do you
moving
know?
on.
We don't know the story yet. We
I know,
only
but
got
that's what I know so far.
a taste of it in the prologue that like she's happily engaged, sitting with her family, and all of a sudden she gets a call
And
that
it's
like
Jesse.
he's
Yeah.
alive, that
Mhm.
Jesse's alive. But I mean, I'm very interested to see how this plays out. As far as the story that we're getting, I like that, through chapter 6, like we're building the origin story. We know about Sam, how he started out with her and they were friends, and he was working with her at her parents' bookshop, and like how he asked her out, and then how Jesse was the guy she was always kind of yearning over, and then later on gets an opportunity to be with him, and he actually seems sweet and deep.
Mhm.
So I really like the setup. I was intrigued. I love the way that it left off on chapter 6, because it was just kind of like,
what next?
yeah, and it was a bad scenario. Like they were at a party, the cops stopped them. Now they're in jail, and like their parents have to bail them out and come pick them up. And it's just like all this shit ended up happening, and she had to stay home the whole summer and work at the bookstore and this and that. And it was just kind of like everything happens for a reason, because she was like, but none of that mattered, because that, ended up me finding like one of the loves of my life. Like that was the summer that Jesse and I fell in love, and I was like, oh my God.
See, I'm ready for my twist already. I'm like, I hope she don't pick any of them.
But it's already been kind of twisty, like, because she didn't just start it with like us knowing. I really was surprised by the structure, and I wasn't sure how I felt about it at first, but now I like it because I'm already a little torn, and I don't know who to root for, because she started it off by like, we already know the plot. It's not like, I thought she was going to literally start the story with like, her and Sam, and like that there was a previous husband and this and that, and like all of a sudden her and Sam the whole book, and then boom, Jesse calls. But like it's kind of set up where we're going back and forth between like the stories of them from young, and like getting to build a history with them, and we already know that the call is coming. So I kind of was like already intrigued by it. I think she started it off like hot, and like, this is why you should be interested in this story.
Yeah, I think there's no one I like more than the other. I'm super faithful. I think you got to go back to your husband. You already married him, and the poor guy, like,
I know,
like
but like you thought he was dead, and you're fully in love with somebody else. If that's the case,
I'll be very disappointed if it's like Castaway. If it's just like that, like he comes back and then she's like torn because this is the man she was in love with, and then she started dating this new guy.
Well,
that she
it is
going
to be like that.
Well, I'm hoping no, but I think the best ending will be she doesn't pick either. Like she doesn't want to hurt any of them, and it's best to just like move forward and find a new man. Yeah.
Damn.
Because I feel like I feel so bad for Jesse if she doesn't like try and make that work.
Yeah.
Poor guy. It's not his fault.
I feel like
and then Sam is like, she friend zoned you, and you're going to give that bitch a chance now that her man
No, but also
missing?
she didn't really like, I think that also it was kind of sad. I wanted to be like, speak up, bitch, because in the moment she was so caught off guard because she was an insecure girl. You know what I mean? So I just feel like she didn't know how to respond, and she didn't expect him to have interest in her. So
I think she has more.
So
common
after
with
that,
Jesse.
she's like, I worked all this time to, and he didn't even realize. But I do think in her heart, she, in that scenario, you do have one that's like your love,
exactly.
that you would think.
Like the way she makes it sound is like her and Jesse were like soulmates. Like they went to school together. They had so much in common. She didn't like reading books. He didn't like swimming. His parents for. Like I feel like that connection is just so strong. Whereas like Sam is more of a friendship that grew into love, a comfort thing. He was there. I'm sure he's going to be there for her with the whole Jesse going gone thing, and like shoulder to cry on, which is sad to say, but kind of like a rebound.
Yeah, it is kind of like a rebound, but it's also like a second chance at love situation. I think the heartbreak is going to lie in, maybe her knowing who it is, but then it's so brutal to break the other person because you have so much love for them. But there's going to be probably somebody that you're in love with and someone who you love. And there's a difference.
I think Marie's going to come in this and be a ho-ho and probably take one of them.
Oh my God.
That'd be a great twist.
I was waiting for, how at
their
first.
relationship is weird.
How at first, yes. But she did say like she really needed her sister later on. So like hopefully they get better when they're older. And she was like older sister bitchy. But when Jesse had said to her like, oh, I had I didn't know how to feel about you before. I'm like pleasantly surprised. And she said, why? I thought he was going to say, because I thought you were going to be like your sister. I was waiting for him to say some shit like
no,
that.
of course it's the ex-girlfriend that likes to say shit.
What a hater.
Right? Such a hater.
What a hater. I was also dying at like the storyline with the cop. Has that ever happened to you?
What if Sam made that helicopter go, maybe he set this shit up.
That would be.
Come on, this is
Sam ain't
this is
evil.
the twist
Sam
I
is
need.
such a little goody.
No, they all turn out like that till they're serial killers.
Oh my God.
I need a twist. I mean, it's so cute. I'm loving it. I'm rooting for Jesse. No offense, Sam. I'm rooting for Jesse. I hope it works out. I hope they rekindle that. I'm sorry, Sam. But I would love if there's like crazy twists going on. Maurice doing something. Someone got rid of him or someone held him hostage.
This is not a thriller book, Amanda.
Fine.
This is not a thriller book.
Fine.
You always
I
need.
know.
Can't you just enjoy a story without it needing to be a thriller book? Like I'm really intrigued by this. Like you need to go into this knowing that this is not a thriller.
I know, but I'm already sad if she doesn't pick Jesse.
That's fine. You can feel that. No, that's a correct. Like you're gonna have a feeling.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But it doesn't have to be like murders and
I know, my mind is sick.
Schemers and I am really loving this already.
No,
I'm
it's a good
excited.
storyline, and it's either way. I know I'm gonna cry because if she does pick Sam, I'm gonna be like poor Jess, and if she picks Jesse, I'm gonna be like Sam.
I feel like right now, I don't know. At first, when I was reading it because she started off building the relationship with Sam, so I was like, oh, what a sweetheart. And then she met Jesse, and I was like, ugh. But I think I'm gonna be Team Jesse as well.
Well, I if it was like based off the beginning, I would have rooted for Sam too because I feel like the hot jock always wins.
Yeah,
where it should sometimes be the nerdy,
the
best friend,
nice guy that we never want.
Nice, exactly. So, but at this point, like I feel like she already married him. She had a whole life with him. It's not like he went missing when they were kids or like.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll need to get more to the story to be able to decide, but I'm definitely intrigued. Definitely loving it. Great start. Like we already know we can trust Taylor Jenkins Reid with her writing.
Yes.
So we are ready. We are sat. Do you have the chapters for next week, honey?
I got you.
Okay.
Please hold.
You're good. Instrumental music coming up.
I'm already here. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So for next week, we are going to be reading part 1, which is chapters 7 through 15.
Okay. Well, we're very excited. We will get more into the story. I'm going to pick it up immediately after this episode. I had to stop myself. I am ready. So read through chapters 16 in One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid.
And if you're watching on YouTube, please make sure to subscribe. We're also on TikTok and Instagram at Book Please Podcast.